What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms that were BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, Instagram and Threads, Brandon Janeau, just Brandon Janeau. Uh, Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow, and of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow, and I have an X, Twitter. It's B Janeau on X. So go and follow me there as well. And follow all those social media platforms as well. And of course, YouTube channel, Brand Your New Show, man. Comment. I do comment back. Like the vids, like the videos, like the shorts. A comment, like all that, like the vids, like everything, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm close, man. Like one more person, to 200 subscribers, man. Um, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this tonight, man. Tonight is a personal favorite of mine. The debate. Oh yeah, the debate, baby. Oh yeah. Tonight I will be doing another debate. If you don't know how I do the debate, I put maybe two albums from the same artist, maybe two artists, maybe two different albums. But the last couple of debates I've done wrestlers. Some of my favorite wrestlers going against each other, man. So tonight will be no exception. It will be the same. Man, it will be wrestler versus wrestler. Now, before I get into who will be debating, well, technically, the wrestler I will be talking about in the debate is the wrestler I want to talk about now. So, before I get into this debate, I'm going to give a little bit of wrestling life. Now, of course, this Saturday is Bad Blood, and of course, you know, I will be rate and review showing it right after the pay per view is over. The PLE is over. Um, Early start time. I think is 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock here in Houston. So yeah. But a report came out today, and I really didn't want it to be this way, but it seems like it's going to be this way, which is CM Punk and Drew McIntyre opened up Bad Blood with the Hell in a Cell match. And Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline is reportedly closing it. Now, Cody Rhodes yesterday went on Pat McAfee's show and said there's a lot of things that's going on in Bad Blood, and reportedly the big guy is coming back, which means The Rock. Um, Here's my thing: you have two main events. One can only be the main event. But I think they chose the wrong main event to main event. You can easily open up the pay per view with Cody and Roman versus the Bloodline and have The Rock pop out. There's two different main events, but two different reactions towards those main events that can put either a damper on a show or keep the show at such a high level that you know that the main event is the crowning achievement of the show. My thing is this: you literally brought back Bad Blood and put it in Hell in a Cell for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, just to then turn around and give it to Cody and Roman. Now, if I was Triple H or whoever the fuck is inside WWE thinking this is a good idea, this is stupid. This is a bad idea. One match is going to literally keep the energy up for the rest of the night, and whoever follows it don't have to do shit. Just go out there and fucking wrestle. The other side of that is the main event that you will put on, and that is the Hell in a Cell match would absolutely damper the rest of the pay per view. It would damper the rest of the pay per view because that's literally going to be the match everybody wants to watch. It's literally built around Drew and CM Punk. And after watching Monday night in that last promo in the Hell in a Cell, and it's the old Hell in a Cell, it's the original Hell in a Cell. It's not the red Hell in a Cell like Vince thought that shit was actually a good point, good fucking thing he should have done. It's the old Hell in a Cell. It's a 10-month feud. It's the last time CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are going to possibly touch each other for at least a year or two. This is also possibly going to be the last time either one of them, more so Drew, is going to probably be on Raw. It does not make sense for it to open the fucking pay per view just because of The Rock. And here's the problem with that: The Rock is only going to pop up at the literally at the end of the show when Roman and Cody are done beating the Bloodline. It makes no fucking sense to have the main event be that tag team match. On top of that, I am so sick of tired of watching a Bloodline pay per view matchup main event, and it dragged for 40 fucking minutes, and there's nothing going on. I love Jacob Fatu. I want to see him wrestle Roman and Cody. I want to see it, but Solo makes shit boring. That SummerSlam match was cool, but the only exciting points was when the Tungans came out, then Kevin Owens and Randy Orton came out, and then Jacob Fatu came out, and then Roman Reigns came out. Outside of that, that match dragged, bro. Even the Bloodline tag team match of Money in the Bank, it was great. It was cool, but it dragged for 40 minutes, and then but you had the elements of it. This is none of that. This is not the same, man. This does not feel the same. This is not what you expect. This is a bad situation. I truly hope they switch their minds up by Saturday. I get that they probably put certain shit out just to fuck with people nowadays, just to fuck with the media. But if this is truly how this pay per view is going to go, to have this the blood, the Hell in a Cell match, and plus on top of that, we're gonna see blood. We're gonna see like physical, like actual shit that's going to be bad. That's a high to end the night with, not a high to start it. Like, and then after that, you're gonna have matches that literally are not gonna be exciting because you can't follow that up. You could follow the Bloodline title tag team matchup. You can easily follow that shit up. If The Rock pop up, if it's true that Bailey and Nia are right after that, The Rock and Nia have a relationship. You could easily put that match on right after that and have it be that. And you at least would have momentum. The crowd would still be into the Bailey and Nia match instead of you having a fucking 50-minute Hell in a 45, 30, 50-minute Hell in a Cell match and the crowd literally being dead for the rest of the pay per view up until the main event. And then even when the main event comes out there, you're sitting for 30, 40 minutes watching a bullshit tag team match that's only going to get exciting at the end. It doesn't make sense. And I hope, like I said, I get it. It's Cody, it's Roman, they're tag teaming. This is the first time ever. Holy shit, what's about to happen? You can easily put that at the beginning. If this match wasn't if this whole pay per view was not predicated around CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, cool. But the fact that you literally bought this pay per view back just to put them in Hell in a Cell, what sense does that fucking make? For you to then say, "Oh, we're gonna go with CM Punk, we're gonna go with Roman and Cody teaming up with against the Bloodline because we may or may not get the Rock back." I wish Cody would have never said what he said yesterday because it would have been better if it was just a surprise. But now we're expecting the Rock to come, and if the Rock does not show up, you're fucked. That is I feel like you're putting a massive fucking damper on the pay per view when you put Drew and CM Punk to start the pay per view because every match after that is got to come up with some level of that, and it will never be that. There will never be a level of that type of energy. You can't follow it. And that's what the problem is lying. You can follow the Bloodline tag team match. That's easy. You can follow the Bloodline tag team match. Easy money. You can follow that. You cannot follow a match that is literally going to give you everything you want in 50 minutes. And then the rest of the pay per view is just like, it's just there. The Nia and Bailey match is going to be like, okay, they can wrestle, but I'm not into this shit. Like my energy was just zapped out of me like the entire pay per view. There's two matches, two main events, and you just fucked up. Like I said, I hope the report isn't true. I hope Drew and CM Punk are not opening up bad blood. I know a lot of people that's gonna be sitting there thinking I'm fucking crazy for saying this, but I'm being dead ass honest. Like this is stupid. This is fucking stupid. This is very stupid. I think that this is a very dumb move. And I know I got fanboys that's gonna go crazy. Brandon, you're crazy for saying that. No, man. There is you have two main events. One can open it and one can close it. One has actually got the pay per view built around it, and the other one does not. This is listen, because here's the thing: Cody and Roman are going to be embroiled with the bloodline shit for at least the next what? Cody and Roman gonna be embroiled with the bloodline shit for the next 6 months. Cody's gonna probably be in the War Games match with the bloodline. He's probably going to be the fifth member. If they do 5-on-5, he's probably going to be the fifth person. If they get Jay and Jimmy back and Roman, and maybe they kick Solo out, now The Rock's back. But again and again, is The Rock going to compete in fucking War Games? Which I don't see the point of it. I don't think The Rock competes in fucking War Games, and that's the thing. Like The Rock is not fucking wrestling in fucking War Games. You can miss me with that shit. The Rock is not wrestling in War Games. Y'all think that motherfucker, The Rock, of all people, is going to wrestle in fucking War Games? Are you crazy? No. He's gonna come back, and that's another thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm looking at it from a perspective, bro. The Rock is too old to be doing a fucking War Games match. That shit is crazy and over the top. Why the fuck would The Rock come back to wrestle in War Games? And my thing is this: the longer it takes to get the Jimmys and Paul back, the more I'm starting to think it's gonna probably be Roman and Cody and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. That's what I think is going to be the team versus Solo and Jacob and the Tungans. And they already said, the Tungan's brother is pretty much going to NXT, which I don't believe that shit's actually true. Because who the fuck is the fifth member? And I don't think it's gonna be The Rock. That's the thing. I don't think it's gonna be The Rock. So I do think, that they're gonna move him into the main roster just for that match. So yeah, I'm like, this is I don't like this. This is stupid. This is a dumb decision. Like again, it's literally we're what 48 hours removed from the pay per view. Anything could happen, but for me personally, it's a stupid move. I think that would be the dumbest move to make because it's not about what you're going to get at the end of the pay per view, and that's what the problem is. You're banking everything on the ending, but forgetting the fact we still gotta get there. And as much as people are gonna sit there and scream, "This is the right decision," no, the fuck it's not because the only thing you see is that you want to see The Rock. But forgetting the fact that after the Hell in a Cell match, you got three fucking matches before you get to the main event, and then still a 40 fucking minute long main event that's going to take fucking forever to just get to that last spot, which is The Rock is not coming out at any point in the match. He's only going to pop up at the end of the fucking pay per view. If he even shows the fuck up, you are putting too much on this shit. Instead of you just having another fucking tag team match, open the show and have everything follow it up into the main event, which is going to be the Hell in a Cell. And then we can see blood, and we can see craziness, and we can see just carnage, and we can fucking leave and be like, that was probably one of the best fucking PLEs of the year because we got our blood feud finished, and then we got a storyline that's continuously going, and then we got maybe Raquel Rodriguez back. I hope they change her name back to Raquel Gonzalez because this Rodriguez shit is killing me. Which helps Liv get and that's another thing. You're putting dampers on other fucking matches. Like whoever follows the Hell in a Cell match, if it's Bailey or Nia, you just pretty much just fuck them. You just pretty much just said fuck them. You fuck them. You're gonna have two down matches for the next two fucking matches after the Hell in a Cell. Even Damian and Finn is gonna feel a little bit out of place because we already know what the fuck that match is gonna be. Instead of you just keeping it like I just think this is stupid. You're literally continging the entire pay per view on a possible Rock comeback when you could just easily have the Rock pop up at the beginning, have everybody on Twitter go fucking nuts, and then now people are tuning in to Bad Blood to see what else can happen. Wait a minute, CM Punk and Drew are still to fight at the end. Okay, I watch Bad Blood. I'll stay here and watch this shit. You could easily have it that way, but instead you want to push it like this. It just, I think this is stupid. I I do not like this. I do not like this, and I think it's a very dumb decision. Like I said, it's 48 hours out. I do not believe that WWE is this fuck. I don't think Triple H is this stupid to have a pay per view centered around CM Punk and Drew just to then say, oh, because The Rock's coming back at literally the end of the fucking pay per view when Cody and Roman have already beat the Bloodline. Now we're gonna have them stare at each other, and then the Rock music gonna hit just for the Rock to pop up. Now it's gonna be a great thing to see, but then you're gonna realize like, damn, pay per view is kind of bullshit because the fans were in it. It's a lot of elements that's into this situation that people are not talking about. But again, you're a fanboy, so you don't pay attention to this shit. You're not a fan of wrestling. You're a fan of the person. And that's the problem. This is a dumb decision. This is stupid. One pay per view, one main event could easily open this up, and the other one could easily close it. You flip it, and it's like, bruh, this pay per view flowed. It flowed beautifully. You keep it the way it's supposed to be, you're gonna be sitting on social media and be like, the crowd sounded like it was dead because you put, and then we had to watch a 40-minute fucking long tag team match that just had no plot, no fucking, and then we got The Rock, and that was cool, but it was like at the literally at the fucking closing seconds of the fucking pay per view. What does that tell us? You don't want to leave off a cliffhanger, and I think that's what Triple H and them now so desperately try to do. I don't need a cliffhanger that's in the motherfucking paper. You could have the cliffhanger be the rest of the night. Why is The Rock back? Does this mean Cody and Roman? Does this now mean, he's coming for Cody? Because he said when he came back, he was coming for Cody. I don't want to be that to be the ending. That could easily be the beginning of the night. And we can have that storyline throughout the rest of the night. And now Roman is a little bit like, what the fuck? And now Roman's confused. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, this is this is a stupid decision. Again, it's 48 hours out. I hope, man, I hope that they truly do not go with this. Now, like I said, you got some fanboys out there that's gonna be like, this is the best thing ever. Forgetting the fact that there's literally three matches after that Hell in a Cell match. And those three matches are not catching up to the Hell in a Cell match. So now you put those performers in a even worse situation because now their stories you don't give a fuck about those stories. Now you put them out there and have to catch a match that literally blew the roof off the building. Now, CM Punk and Drew can have a bullshit Hell in a Cell match. It could be fucking terrible. Yeah, but I'd rather, and that's even worse because then you put the Hell in a Cell on, and now you're like, the fuck was that? I, I guess we got nothing but the main event because now this shit is bad. It's bad, man. You still got a story at the end, but this is, yeah, I don't like this decision. I think this is a very, very ass backwards decision. Only because it's literally hinging on The Rock coming back. And if The Rock does not come back at the end of the night, the question will automatically immediately go to, then why the fuck did you just have this fucking match at the fucking beginning and why you just didn't have the Hell in a Cell at the end? You're trying to leave off a cliffhanger. To be honest with you, a storyline like the Bloodline could literally be at the beginning of the fucking show because here's the thing. Is Jacob gonna turn on Solo? Are we getting Roman? Because here's the thing: Solo and Jacob are not winning that match. They're not winning that match. They're not winning that match. Jacob and Solo are not winning that match. The craziest shit they can do is have Cody and The Rock fight at Crown Jewel, which I would not be opposed to because then that means immediately that we're getting the Randy versus Cody, Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. Now, if that is the case, cool. Because I'm all for that. I would love to see Cody and Rock at Crown Jewel and not at WrestleMania. Let Cody beat The Rock at Crown Jewel. You will have also Roman and Solo at Crown Jewel, which will plant the seeds of the new bloodline. Maybe looking at, and now The Rock will physically be there to plant the seeds to Jacob, to the Tungans, that Solo isn't really doing his share, his fair part in this, and he's just using y'all three to just keep power. But how could you be the tribal chief? Because here's the thing that people don't understand. What was the first thing Solo said when Roman was going for WrestleMania? What was the first thing Roman said? Solo said. What did Paul Heyman tell Solo? There's consequences to losing. If they lose the tag team match and Solo gets pinned, because Solo's going to take the pin. And then Solo fights Roman at Crown Jewel. And he loses to Roman at Crown Jewel. Doesn't that create consequences? You're supposed to lead by example. Does that not create consequences? And people are so stupid nowadays in wrestling fandom. Again, you like the person, not the actual story, because you just want to put your guy over because that's what you believe. The actual story should be Roman beats Solo, pins Solo at Bad Blood, and then he pins him again in a solo match, 1-on-1 at Crown Jewel, and then that's the end. And now that creates the energy for the new bloodline to end Solo being the tribal chief. Why? One, you have The Rock. It's something that also plays into the beginning of the storyline. Jimmy and Jay. Jay only left the bloodline because Jay only left the bloodline because Jimmy finally gave him the courage to. They're gonna cut Solo out because The Rock is going to give them the courage to. Again, you could set all that shit up at the beginning of the fucking night. That could be a storyline throughout the night. Solo gets pinned by Roman, and now the bloodline, Jacob and them are now looking at him a little differently. And The Rock is also there, and he's like, kind of pulls all of them, pulls Solo to the side and be like, "Yo, Solo, you're good, man. We're good. We still believe in you. The family still believe in you, but the Ula Fala, or maybe you side, or maybe The Rock sides with Roman to start it off. I don't think he should. That'd be kind of stupid. But The Rock sides with Solo and them and tells them, hey, listen, Solo, we still believe in you. We still believe in Ula Fala. But then, 1-on-1, you start seeing Jacob go up to him. You start seeing the Tungans talk to Rock. See, that's an easier storyline to play out throughout the night. Because now it's intriguing. Solo took the pin from Roman. And now the storyline for the rest of the night is, what does Solo do? Friday night, what will happen? The Rock is back. What will happen? You leave with that as a cliffhanger. I don't care about it. If that plays throughout Bad Blood the entire fucking night, that that the new bloodline is questioning Solo because he lost. Now we got a conversation. This is the thing. I don't think that should be an event because my thing is this, man. I already know the match is going 40 fucking minutes. 30, 35, 40 minutes tops. I do not want to sit in my room watching a pay per view and being like, the main event has already happened. The rest of this shit is just filling. And that's exactly what the bad blood pay per view could become. Put the tag team title, put the tag team match on first. Let that storyline play out throughout the night. Once you finally get to Friday night, the new bloodline solo's like, you know what? Fuck this. I got a way to get y'all back on my side. I'm gonna challenge Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, and now we have a match. And the Rock even Rocky's like, yeah, let's do that. Because if this shit do, because if the Rock do not pop up at the end of Bad Blood, you are going to piss off every single fan because you clearly could have just went with the easier fucking match. That was so easy. It's the last time CM Punk and Drew are going to fight each other, and it actually would actually make fucking sense. But I had to get that off my chest. Anyway, like I said, tonight's episode is the debate. It's wrestler versus wrestler. Speaking of CM Punk, he is one of those wrestlers that I will be debating tonight. And against him, well, you can't see him. Come on, man. John Cena. The original face that runs the place. We should start saying that. The original face that runs the place. I know AJ Styles says that. The original face that runs the place. Um, Now, is he the GOAT? I grew up on John Cena, so I could easily tell you Stone Cold, Rock, John Cena, Taker, Shawn. I grew up on some wrestling. Thank God. Um, to me, is John Cena the GOAT? For my generation, yeah, probably. I mean, John Cena debuted when I was 8 years old. I'm 30. So, yeah, he is probably, yeah, he's my GOAT. I would definitely have to say that. These two combatants will go one on one. And I'm gonna be honest, I was debating if I was gonna put a um, fifth, fifth spot on this because they have had some classic battles, but I didn't. I kept it four. Now, in the comment section when this comes out, y'all can debate me on if I should have done it, or if you guys was like, nah, they could. Y'all know how y'all do. Anyway, it is going to be the best in the world versus the face of the C Nation. Leader of the C Nation versus the best in the world. The voice of the voiceless versus the GOAT. Let's get it. CM Punk versus John Cena. Hopefully we see this in 2025 for real. Anyway, let's do this. Of course, if you know how I do my wrestling debates, I start off like this. The first time they won a world championship. But CM Punk, it was Edge. He pinned Edge because he had won Money in the Bank. And Edge was the world heavyweight champion. And it's kind of funny because they literally drafted the world heavyweight champion and the WWE champion. Triple H, I think at the time, was the WWE champion. And Edge was the world heavyweight champion. And they had the draft, and both titles were both on SmackDown, the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championship. So they had to get the belt, had to get one of those titles off. Edge came on Raw, was talking down on the rosters, like, I'm out this bitch, I'm out, peace. And before he leaves, Batista pops up and beats the living hell out of Edge. And then he beats the living hell out of Edge, and CM Punk's music comes, hits. CM Punk runs to the ring, and then he cashes in his first Money in the Bank at the time on Edge, beats him in what about like 2 3 minutes, wins the World Heavyweight Championship for the first time. Now, of course, the title reign, of course, ended. Um, way faster than I think a lot of people thought it would. But it ended when Randy Orton punt kicked CM Punk and gave him pretty much a concussion, and that was the end of that. They didn't really believe in CM Punk at that time. Let's be real. WWE just did not believe in that man. But he beat Edge on Monday Night Raw. First cash in for when he won Money in the Bank, and he beat Edge. For John Cena, it's very simple. JBL, WrestleMania 21. Um, this match was very anticlimactic. It was like I wanted John to win. I thought John would win. JBL at the time was the longest reigning WWE champion on in SmackDown history, and yeah, it was time for that damn belt to get off of him. John Cena. Not a lot of people thought John Cena would actually win the fucking match, but he did. He beat him. He beat him. At WrestleMania 21, and that was the end. That was the end, man. Um, John Cena became the WWE champion for the first time. That was his first title reign. He went on. Um, 2000 and I think it was 2005. I think it was. Yeah. So it was his first title reign, 2005. So yeah, man. So who wins? I'm gonna go with John Cena because John Cena at the time. This is Dr. Thugonomics John Cena. This is, you know, word life John Cena, man. So yeah, man. Him and plus, like I said, I was a huge John Cena fan in 2005, especially 2005, 2004, 2005 when he started becoming a U.S. champion, about to spin a belt. I had the spinning U.S. championship, so I was always a huge fan of John Cena. And so when he won a belt against JBL, I was like, that makes sense. I was like, that makes sense. Next, my favorite match from each of them. Now, my favorite match from both of them are this. So for John Cena, excuse me, excuse me, it was Shawn Michaels 2007 Monday Night Raw, London, England, non-title. They went out there for an hour. And now hearing this fucking story that John the Coachman just told about John Cena, that this man had been drinking the whole trip, the whole uh uh European tour. John Cena was drinking the entire night, and then he was told that he had to wrestle Shawn Michaels the next night for an hour, and he went upstairs and stopped drinking. And went out there for a fucking hour and had a classic. Just respect more for that fucking match. That match is fucking iconic. If you've never watched that match, man, it's probably one of the best matches you will ever see, man. It's fucking incredible. Way different than that WrestleMania match. The WrestleMania match was all predicated on Shawn Michaels giving John Cena a wrestling match. This match was not. This was a classic fucking match. I probably would say it's probably one of the best matches Raw has ever put on. For an hour, non-title, just two men going out there just to see who's better. Fucking incredible match. And then they went on the next and literally went on the next that Sunday night and had a fucking fatal four way with Edge and Randy Orton. It was just like, yeah, and ended in one of the best fatal four way endings of all time. So yeah. But yeah, man, that match is fucking classic. And for CM Punk, it's the best versus the beast. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2013. This fucking match, like I said when I did CM Punk's best matches, my favorite matches of CM Punk. If you was to tell me that SummerSlam 2013 was two matches, John Cena and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, in this, I would have told you you were fucking right, and it's probably one of the best reviews they've ever done. It's only two matches, and those two matches are fucking legendary. This is probably the best one. I love Daniel Bryan and John Cena, but this was just different. this was the first match you saw Brock Lesnar have. Well, he looked human. He didn't look like the Beast incarnate. He didn't look like Brock Lesnar. This is the first match. Brock actually sold a lot in this fucking match. You gotta realize the first fucking couple matches Brock had in WWE, he was beating the shit out of everyone. So for him to have a match with CM Punk and it to be this fucking real and this fucking good, yeah, wasn't also a non-disqualification match because they had chairs and shit in it. It was a crazy fucking match, man. One of the best matches I think Brock Lesnar had since coming back to WWE. It was definitely CM Punk's best match of his run at WWE at the first WWE first run of his WWE career. It just was different. Of course with the Paul Heyman siding with Brock Lesnar. I love this fucking match. It's literally like I said, the one of the best matches you will ever physically fucking see. It is fucking incredible. And that's why I'm going with it. Now, third category, finisher. CM Punk, it's kinda obvious. The GTS. Go to sleep. One of when I first saw this move, when I first saw this move, I was like, that shit's awesome. I was like, that shit is awesome. It's one of my favorite moves, one of my favorite finishers because it's right to a point. Put him up, bow, knock his ass out. And it's so easy to see how it could end a match. It's a very simple move. It's so easy to see how it could end a match. And the GTS is that. The GTS is that. Now, for John Cena, it's the attitude of judgment, the AA. Now, if you grew up like I did, again, you know John Cena's finisher was really called the FU. Because Brock Lesnar had the F5. John Cena named it the FU. So for him to have to change to the AA is crazy. The AA is also a very simple move. It's literally just up, boom, and finish it. He's won so many countless titles with that move, man. But I'm going with the GTS. Now, four, last category, the best run for CM Punk. It was 2011. Of course, the summer of Punk started in 2011. But before that, he joined the new Nexus. He was the leader of the new Nexus. He had a classic WrestleMania 27 match. WrestleMania 20, not 7, 20, yeah, it was 7, 27, yeah. WrestleMania 27 match with Randy Orton. That storyline was fucking amazing, by the way. A lot of people forget how good that storyline was. That storyline was fucking amazing. Um, that rivalry led into him getting the Money in the Bank title match. He actually beat John Cena on a Monday Night Raw, which led him to say, "Yo, I beat the WWE champion. Like, why am I not getting the title match?" Goes into Money in the Bank in his backyard and fucking becomes well. 2011 also was the legendary, the iconic wrestling Bible, pretty much the pipe bomb. It was iconic to see that live as a kid, being like, "Yo, he can't say that shit." Yeah, even as a wrestler, you're like, "Yo, he can't say that shit. What the fuck is wrong with this dude?" But it was so fire to see him do it. So to watch that shit was iconic, man. Then he goes into Money in the Bank in his hometown, beats John Cena, wins the title, goes into SummerSlam, drops it back to John, wins the title at SummerSlam. He actually beat John Cena at SummerSlam. If you forget this, Kevin Nash then comes out, screws him out the belt. Alberto Del Rio, bunch of bullshit. But it ends up being him versus Alberto Del Rio at the end of 2011 at Survivor Series for the WWE Championship. He finally wins the fucking belt. Finally wins the belt. But we forget how that also ended in 2011. He had a hell of a TLC match with Alberto Del Rio in the Miz. That fucking TLC match was fucking fantastic. Like, I know Alberto Del Rio is a piece of shit. The Miz is one of the greats nowadays. But that match in 2011 was fucking fantastic, man. The way he would just run down John Laurinaitis, like that shit, man. CM Punk was the man in 2011. There will never be another like CM Punk in 2011. That shit was icon. I know people get mad at the summer of CM Punk was ruined, but once we finally got CM Punk as champion, man, Survivor Series, and then the TLC match, that shit was iconic. If you never seen that match, that's an uncut gem match of CM Punk. Go watch it. And for John Cena, 2007. Now his 2007, fuck. The Shawn Michaels match was a part of that 2007. But also to start off 2007, his Umaga feud. Listen, rest in peace to the late great Umaga. That Umaga feud, him and Umaga and New Year's Revolution, and then of course the Royal Rumble match, the Last Man Standing match. Oh my God, one of the greatest Last Man Standing matches of all time. If you tell me that's not one of the greatest, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. That Last Man Standing, he actually choked Umaga out for real. That shit is nuts. He choked that man out for real. That happened in 2007. What else happened in 2007? The Shawn Michaels match, the Backlash match, the WrestleMania match was shown. The Running Night Raw match was shown. The Backlash match where Edge, Randy Orton, and Shawn. Uh, I want to say also the TLC match with Edge happened also in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. When they were trading the belt back in 2007, did that happen in 2007? I think it did. Can't remember. Matter of fact, yeah, I gotta go look at it. But that TLC match with Edge, you know what I'm saying? Like that storyline. I think that happened in '06, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been '07. Might have been. I don't remember. But John Cena's 2007 was fucking nuts. Like that shit was crazy, dude. Like that dude had a classic every fucking pay per view damn near. Like, dude, this shit was crazy. Like, dude, dude was out there just killing shit. Yeah, John was different, man. John was different. So yeah, that's to me that's his best run. I know a lot of people would sit there and say, "Oh, 2006, '04, '05." Some people would even say, his later years, 2010, 11, 12. But for me, '07 was just such a cushy fucking year. It was so easy for him just to go right into it. Man, he was the man in '07. He's a fucking man, bro. He's the fucking man, bro. So yeah. Um. So the winner of this, John Cena, man. '07 John Cena was different. '07 John Cena was different. So clearly, it's a draw. It's 2-2, and now I have to pick someone. I love both of these wrestlers. I love both of these wrestlers, man. Clearly, I just went on a freaking rant for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, the main event, fucking Bad Blood, because I think CM Punk deserves it. Like he finally is back in WWE, and you built the rivalry, you built the storyline for 10 months just to get this fucking match into the main event, and then you shit on it because of a. You know what? I'm gonna give it a fifth category. I'm gonna give it to the two victors. My two favorite matches of these two, because I can't pick it myself. So I'm gonna go and do a fifth category. I'm not gonna put it down on a piece of paper because, but I'm gonna just do it here. So the fifth category is my two favorite matches from them, which is the Money in the Bank match between CM Punk and John Cena in 2011, which CM Punk won, left the company, and the other one is John Cena versus CM Punk Monday Night Raw 2013. Winner goes to WrestleMania 29 and fight The Rock for the WWE Championship, and John won that match. Two great matches, two incredible fucking matches. If you've never seen both of those matches, yeah, of course people have seen the Money in the Bank one, too. But that 2013 match, oh my god, it is the epitome of this robbery. It was the last time they wrestled against each other. It was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing. A 2 year long storyline culminated in one fucking night, and that was also like a hour long fucking match. Like, oh my god, yeah, that shit was a WrestleMania main event that people do not remember. Like, that was a WrestleMania main event. John was the victor that night. This is harder. God damn, this is actually harder. Mm. Oh man, it's shocking. Oh, 2011. CM Punk leaving the like CM Punk taking a belt and leaving the company. Also an incredible match. But that 2013 match, this motherfucker CM Punk literally power drive John Cena in the middle of a WWE ring. Mm-mm-mm. The beginning of the rivalry or the end of it. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with the 2013 match, which is John Cena. So John Cena wins. As much as I love the Money in the Bank match, it was a lot of confusion, a lot of bullshit. Vince coming out with John Laurinaitis. It was just so stupid. Whereas for the 2013 match, it was just them two in the ring for an hour, beating the living shit out of each other. And I fucking loved it. John Cena hit a fucking Hurricanrana on CM Punk and hit a AA right afterwards. Yeah, that kind of wins. I'm sorry. That shit was kind of wild. We watched that, he's like, what the fuck did John Cena just do? Yo, this man hit a fucking Hurricane on his fucking man, bro. That shit was nuts. You're just like, what the fuck did he just do? Yeah, that shit was wild. John Cena wins, man. John Cena wins. Breaks the tie 3-2. Oh man, yeah, that was wild. This man hit a Hurricane Rana on CM Punk. That shit is nuts. And they hit that dude with an A. You're like, what the? Yeah, man, that match was fucking great. Oh my god! If y'all have never seen that match, go watch it. It is probably one of the best matches I think I've ever seen them. It's one of the best Monday Night matches too. That shit is iconic. So yeah, until so John Cena wins. John Cena wins. The next wrestler versus wrestler debate is going to be two former friends forming one of the greatest groups probably in WWE history. That was just some makeshift shit, which is rated RKO. You'll know who you about to know. That is Edge and Randy Orton. That is the next debate, which means I think I did a Randy Orton top 10. If I'm not mistaken, I think I did one. But if not, I will be doing a top 10 Randy Orton and a top 10 Edge. So stay tuned for that. I think I've done both of them. I'm not too sure. Gotta go back in my notes and look. But that's the next wrestling debate. Will be Edge versus Randy Orton. And the next Life of Times music debate um will be um Outkast, Stangonia versus Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Yeah. Till next time, man. I am Brian Janu. This is the debate, Wrestling Life. John Cena wins, but shout out to CM Punk, and I hope y'all get the main event because y'all deserve it. Until next time, peace.